Hey Spirit Tribe, Gigi here with Spirit Readings, and I'm so glad and so happy that you're able to join me here today. This is going to be a bonus reading for Aquarius. So wherever you happen to have Aquarius in your birth chart, or if you're just wanting to check in on an Aquarius, hello and welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you, Aquarius, so much for running them numbers up on your last month's reading. You had the most likes, views, comments, and I greatly appreciate all of the love that you poured into me. So I'm taking this time to pour some love back into you. This is going to be a timeless reading, so it is good for whenever you happen to come across it. Now, please keep in mind that there are so many of us, so not everything may resonate, and that's perfectly okay. You can just set it to the side for someone else or for later even. You know, it may make more sense as events continue to unfold. Anything and everything is possible when we believe. So if it doesn't apply, you just go on ahead and you let her fly. No harm, no foul, no big deal. Everything that you need to know about me, about this channel, you can find that in the description box down below, so make sure you check that out, especially if you would like to book a personal private reading with me. If you are new here, please keep in mind that I have had strokes, so that can really affect my memory. I can struggle to get my words out sometimes. I do get tongue-tied, as you just witnessed. I also have tremors, and sometimes it feels like I'm being zapped in my hands, so when that happens, I drop whatever I'm holding, cards included. I also have glaucoma, so I do have to bring the cards a little closer to my face so I can see them properly. So just bear with me, you guys. You know, the message gets out the way that it is meant to eventually, right? Okay. I do have two new little kittens. We had rescued one and it didn't make it, and my Lacey girl was super sad, so we decided to rescue two more, and their names are Hazel and Olive. So they are running around trying to get used to us, to this room, before we even try to introduce them to the dogs. So they are little cuties though. Oh my god. Olive is spicy though. She is a lot more spicy than Hazel, but she's also... Oh, hi there. Hi, kitty. There's Hazel. Hold on. Let me see. Come here, Hazel. This is little Hazel. Look how cute her is. Alright, well, I don't know where Olive is, and like I said, Olive is the spicy one, so I had to wrap her up in a towel just to be able to pet her at first. Until she calmed down, because I have a scratch. She got me pretty good. It stings a little bit, so I'm just trying to let them explore, get used to it. So you may hear background little kitty noises as they are exploring, but they are okay. So anyway, let me get back on track here. What was I doing? Oh yeah, tarot reading, a timeless. So we're just going to throw cards. We're going to see what happens. The cards will fall where they will fall. You know, we're just getting the messages here, you guys. And like I said, it's a timeless reading. So whenever you happen to come across it is when you are meant to, and there's most likely a message for you here. So we have the Three of Pentacles coming out first. I love the Three of Pentacles, you know, reward, merit, recognition, all of that good stuff. But even the bird is helping. That bird has a seed in its mouth there, and you know, planting that seed in the fertile ground of this garden that these people teaming up are building. Now the woman is nurturing, so you know, that's her role. She is good at it, while the man is building a foundation here, you know, a fountain structure, you know, leadership, and you know, they're each letting the other do their job. You know, they're not bickering, they're not fighting, they're not saying, oh, this is the right way to do it and you're not doing that right. You know, they're not, there's none of that, you guys. So you're probably like, Gigi, what was up with that voice? Well, I was narrating the story, okay? I'm very creative. So, you know, they're working together. They decided to team up here, you know, so you may find that you are teaming up with someone, even if you are going into business for yourself. Maybe you're like, you know what, I need this other person's expertise. I need their resources. You know, we need to team up. It'll be much more successful when we work together and the birds are like, hey, yo, we got this seed here. Let's drop it in your garden and plant some wonderful things here. Oh goodness, you also have the Three of Swords. So you do have 3-3 coming in for those that follow angel numbers. You know, you may want to look up the angel number of 3-3. Pentacles is Earth. Earth is the power of the physical body, so being present. And when we think of Earth, it takes a while, you guys, years, right, for things. But I feel like this person you're teaming up with, it's going to be smooth. You know, it's going to be like, hey, it feels like we have always known each other, always worked together, you know, harmony, balance, peace. Swords is air. Air is the power of the mind here. So, and this woman has literally been stabbed in the heart. Grief, loss, pain, sorrow, could even be guilt and shame as well. It does look like there's a tombstone with roses growing all over it. So roses are signs of life, but you know, they got their thorns, you guys. Every rose has its thorn. I started hearing that song. Oh, okay, music time. So, you know, a period of grieving, you guys, and you know how they say things usually happen in threes. So there are also 3 birds there as well. Birds are also messengers, you guys. So there could be messages trying to come your way, but you're too focused on your sorrow and all the things you've lost and all the things you don't have anymore. And so it's hard to see that, you know, there could ever be a brighter day. But you know, I feel like you're learning to live again. If you've never heard that Garth Brooks song, it's a good one. An oldie but a goodie, right? So was Every Rose Has Its Thorn. But you know, you know. Okay, so moving on, we do have the 7 of Swords coming in here now as well. Like I said, Swords is that air energy, power of the mind. So with the 7 of Swords, you know, they say that it's a card of, you know, deception, opposition, and treachery, you know, but also I always hear that old song, I went to the enemy's camp and I took back what he stole from me. Because, you know, he is going into the enemy's camp and taking their weapons so that they will not be able to use them against him. So no weapon formed against me shall ever prosper in any way, shape, or form. So, you know, yeah, he's calculating, but, you know, instead of deceiving, I feel like he is, you know, preparing for battle and being smart about it, being strategic about it. We also have the 2 of Pentacles showing up here. So 2 to 3 here. We do have, you know, succession of numbers there. So handling things with grace and ease, you guys, and not worrying about, you know, dropping one of your pentacles that you are balancing there. You know, I feel like you're having a lot of fun learning to juggle things. You know, maybe it's work and play, you know, the things in our life, you know, that require balance, literally everything. So you know, looks like she's having a blast there. She's up on her tippy toes. I mean, she is like ballerina graceful here, you guys. So, you know, for those of us that are juggling multiple things, and I mean pretty much all the time, right? We are complex creatures with complex lives, right? And I feel like it's also, you know, it's duality and it's balance, you know, it's both sides of yourself. And like my husband is Aquarius and he is bipolar, so I'm kind of feeling that energy there with that Two of Pentacles, like still being able to balance and juggle, you know, life, and life do be life and a little too hard sometimes, you know, and sometimes out of the blue you'll get hit with something and be like, what, and what is that? All right, we also have the Nine of Wands coming in here. Now, Wands is fire. Fire is the power of taking action. So, you know, they look like they're resting there, right? But, you know, she's looking one way, her lion companion is looking the other way. You could be on the defensive a little bit, but you know, it's also patience and perseverance. And you know, we're being warned here to watch, wait, and proceed carefully. Proceed with caution, because it's better to be cautious than to be caught off guard, right? You know, like I said, they're sitting here. There's 9 torches around them, you guys, so they can see, right, far and wide. And even though they look like they're resting, they're actually planning their next course of action, you know, all the while they're being aware of their surroundings and what is happening around them. And you know, she's keeping a cautious eye in one direction while the lion takes care to watch her back. So you know, you're not without protection is what Spirit is saying here. So yes, you know, we have to go through the pain sometimes, you know, for whatever reason. And you know, I'm not trying to minimize anyone else's pain, you know, because only you can really weigh it, the weight of your shoulders, you know. Nobody else knows exactly what you're carrying. They may have some kind of understanding, they may have compassion, you know, but the full weight of it is on your heart, on your mind. And I feel like, you know, you're resting here, you guys. So while you're resting, recharge your batteries, let your heart heal, let your mind heal, let your body, you know, this is all over, you guys, you know, of rest. And you know, have fun. You know, I feel like this is a big message. You know, don't forget to have fun. Don't forget all of the wonderful things that you bring to the table. And, you know, air, swords, this is your energy here, you guys. You are an air sign. It's the power of the mind. You know, I call you guys the cerebral assassins. So my husband is always, them gears are always turning, boy. I'm like, I probably don't even want to know what you're thinking most of the time. But you know, sometimes he comes up with some really out there, wild, interesting things, and I'm like, oh, it kind of makes you think outside the box a little bit too. So all right, your last card, we have Justice coming in. So this is Libra energy. Libra is a fellow air sign. So Justice is the scales, you guys, you know, balance, harmony, yet again coming in here with some Libra energy. Like I said, also an air sign. So you do have a lot of air, and then earth, and then wands. So what is it? Wind, earth, and fire. You have that, you guys. Okay, so let's see. You know, justice represents fairness, honesty, and acting in an ethical manner. Doing what's right because you know it's right no matter who is watching. You know, it means also to weigh all sides before making important decisions. Make sure you have all the facts, you guys. Make sure all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted before you sign anything, okay? You know, and, you know, it's important important, you guys, that you have all the facts to make a wise and fair decision. You know, it also means being accountable and taking responsibility for your own actions. And, you know, justice is shown here with a sword, her sword of truth, so she can cut through any lies, BS, deception, and, you know, and the scales, you know, balancing right here. I don't know how well, it's kind of dark, so it's kind of hard to see those scales. So, you know, she's a symbol of traditional values, you know, and keeping things in balance, keeping things in harmony. And she herself is balancing on loose rocks above a river of truth, representing the fine balance it takes to find the truth, you know. And when we go searching for the truth, ask that your eyes are open, your ears are open, and you're really willing to hear the truth and see the truth and accept the truth, you know, because sometimes the truth is a hard pill to swallow, baby. Even though events in our lives may seem unjust, unfair, you know, even, you know, how many times we've been like, man, that is not fair at all. There is a divine order to the universe. So the universe has a way of tipping the scales and bringing balance, you know. The universe will always bring things back into balance, back into fairness. So, you know, that wheel is turning, you guys. You know, it may seem like sometimes we're stuck and stagnant, and, you know, especially if we are grieving, if we are going through a rough period. But keep in mind that it can't rain all the time, you guys. Each day you get a little bit stronger, you get a little bit better. You know, in some ways there are some things we're going to grieve for the rest of our lives, but, you know, it won't be that all-consuming, you know, feeling like you're going to die yourself is what Spirit is saying here. And I've definitely been in those black periods where it felt like, you know, you don't see a way out, but then, you know, a way is made where you can't even see one. And maybe you have made that way by the choices, you know, the thoughts you're thinking, you guys. You're finding your footing. You're finding your grounding here. And I feel like you're building a strong, steady, stable foundation. You know, your garden, your empire here. You want to build it to last, you guys. So it takes time. It takes balance. It takes harmony. It takes effort. It takes being willing to work together and, you know, as a team, and, you know, letting people shine when it's their turn to shine, and you shine when it's your turn, and everything will be a-okay, you guys. Just trust and believe in yourself 100%. Bet on yourself 100%, because you are worthy of having the life that you want to have. And I hope this finds you well, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the messages here. Thank you so much for pouring so much love into me. I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you. You guys truly mean so very much to me. If you enjoyed these messages, please drop me a comment down below. Let me know. Make sure you smash the heck out of that like button, that old thumbs up button. You know, hit it with a razzle dazzle there. If you haven't already and you find you keep coming back here, please subscribe to the channel, you guys. That truly means so very much to me. I love growth. I love expansion. I love being able to interact with you guys. It truly does bring a lot of joy, especially when you book readings. I love connecting one-on-one with you guys as well. You know, you're part of the teamwork that makes this dream work for this gal right here, and that is why I'm so grateful and thankful for each and every single one of you. And, you know, from the bottom of my heart, I love and appreciate you guys so very much. I hope you have an amazing day, week, month, year, whenever it is that you come across this. And I hope this message really touches your heart and, you know, brings some comfort and peace. I hope you have your happily ever after, however it looks for you personally. May you find your one true love, you know, whether it's a person, place, or thing, you know, like I said, however it looks for you personally. So, all right, you guys, I want to say thank you, blessed be, namaste, and goodbye.